Hello, Aerofam! Maayong buntag. And you are watching today the hashtag Life Mobilized by AeroPro. It's the first of many series, and today we're very excited to meet and talk to our very special guest, who's also a good friend of mine. He's a life coach, mentor, and a motivational speaker, and he's very known in the cycling community. So if you are the person who would like to learn about cycling or mountain biking, and it's your, it's your first time, so this is you should listen, and this is a good video for you. So without further ado, let me introduce our special guest, Mr. Vince Santa Elena. So, hello Vince, how are you? Good
Hi
morning.
Mikey, good morning.
Long time no see.
Yes.
Parang 3 years ago, di ba?
Oh, before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic.
Tama,
So,
tama.
how are you?
I'm really good, doing very
Ang
well.
ganda naman ang get-up mo. Mukhang galing ka pa sa pagbabike.
Yeah, actually this morning we went up Tops, and then we went down, and then we went up again Little Kyoto. So if you're familiar with Temple of Leia,
Yes,
so umakyat
yes.
kami ulit doon.
From
And then,
IT Park.
yeah, from Lapu-Lapu.
Ay, from Lapu-Lapu, ikaw.
Yes, from Lapu-Lapu, and then all the way here to this morning. So
Wow.
tamang-tama.
Yes, exactly. And actually, like ko rin yung bike mo.
Wow.
How long have you been cycling or biking?
Well, I started biking when I was 5 years old. When my parents bought me a small bike, I remember it used to be a parang reward session. Whenever I do good, I would be given an hour to ride. So that was my first bike.
Mountain bike?
It was a small bike just for
Yung for kids
pang kids lang.
Pang kids.
Yeah. I started seriously biking when I graduated from college. My first bike na binili ko was a gift from Kathy, who is now my wife. Yeah, so yun. And then in 1997, I started competing. So the first international competition I joined was in Siargao, the first international mountain bike competition. So out of 300 riders, I think I was number 14 at that time.
Amazing. Wow. And then you already love the sport.
Yeah, because cycling is really a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, meaning to say, ang maganda sa cycling, you wake up early in the morning. So which means to say, pag maaga kang gumising, maaga ka rin matutulog sa gabi. So it really helps you develop the habit.
Because tired ka na.
Yes. And not only that, actually when you're out, you have to be exposed to the sun. And the sun is a very good way of keeping you healthy as well.
So you left your house today very early.
Yeah, around 5 a.m. in the morning. Usually yan yung start ng ride talaga. And on a weekday, normally before 8 o'clock, we're already done. Except for weekends, kasi weekends umabot kami ng half day, minsan whole day, depende sa distance ng ride.
So you have a community here.
Yes, we have a very active cycling community in Cebu. So if you want to join us, you can really just, you can private message me so I can invite you.
So meron siyang Facebook account, yung Vince Santa Elena.
Yes.
So pwede kayong mag-join. How many members na in the...
Actually, iba-ibang groups, no? There's one group that I have. We call it JC Cycle. It's for shortcut for Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So usually the guys who's riding with me there are pastors, those guys who are also in the ministry. Then another community I have, it's called Ride Tabay. It's also composed of executives, vice presidents, CEOs, regional directors of different companies. So these are the group of people that I ride with.
And then, what's the farthest na bike mo?
The farthest I've gone was Bugo. That's about 100 kilometers from Lapu-Lapu. And then 100 kilometers again back. So that's about 200. That's towards the north. In a span of a day, in a day.
The entire day?
Yeah, the entire day.
But you're with friends, with
yes.
the community?
Yes.
So that makes it really fun, diba?
That's the fun thing about biking because nag-aantayan talaga kayo. So normally, when somebody is naiiwan, we usually wait somewhere. So sabay-sabay pa rin talaga.
I actually know how to bike.
Oh.
And I have a bicycle when I was in grade school. But never really thought of doing it like how you are doing it now. So for those who are watching right now and they plan to get into this hobby, what can you advise as a newbie na
Okay.
what should be the first thing that they need to consider?
Well, first is you have to know the purpose. Why are you riding the bike? So, depending on the purpose of the reason why you get into biking, that's also the type of bike that you'll be using. So, for example, if you're using biking for commuting, you can use a folding bike.
Okay.
In other countries, they can use it and fold it and bring it in the in the trains, in the buses, just in case they will have to move from one area to the other. Another type of bike is city bike. So this one is you can ride it around the city to commute. Now, if you go a little bit, let's say for example, more seriously, another good bike is this one. It's called a mountain bike. Now, this one is a hardtail with a titanium frame and then a lefty fork. This is a little bit pricey already. No, this is for those guys who are really serious on
Sige nga,
biking.
like, this is yours, di ba?
Yes,
Your
this is,
personal.
this
so
is
if
my-
you don't mind me asking, like, how much does this bike cost?
Well, this build will cost you almost 400,000.
OMG! Really?
Yes.
Ano yung nagpamahal dyan?
Well, the frame itself is titanium. It's among the...
Ano mo nga? Take mo nga ng photo.
Yeah.
So, ito,
Yeah.
I mean, ito.
The fork is called a lefty fork, no? Kung pansin mo, usually dalawa yung sides ng fork. But this one is just only one side. It's called a lefty because it's leaning towards the left.
Okay.
And then, this frame is a titanium frame made by Linsky. It's from the US.
Okay.
So, normally the frame itself would cost you around 125,000 already. And of course, the wheel set, no? And then the group set. The group set, this is a Shimano XT. It's one of the top of the line group sets that you have. And then you have a carbon seat post, carbon stem. So these are what you call lightweight material bike.
So, how light or how heavy?
Well, for a steel frame, because this is a steel frame, titanium is among the lightest and among the sturdiest. If you notice, it doesn't have paint on it. It's very bare because that's really the whole point of it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't get rusted, plus it's very classic.
Pero if you're a newbie,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
starting, you don't need this
Yes, you
type
don't
of-
need this. Actually, just like any cars, no, there's you call this Lamborghini, there's a Toyota. You can always start with a very basic bike. So here, actually, we are here in the bike shop. So ito, I'll show you. This is a time trial bike. So this is what they use for Ironman. So if you notice, this is 350,000. It's on sale at 205,000. Okay. So it's carbon, made of carbon fiber, and then
Hindi pala to nakalaki, no? Kasi I want
you can lift it up. You see, it's very light.
Wow.
Sige. Yan.
Oo nga.
So naka-sale na siya ha, 205 from 350.
Okay.
So this is time trial bike. And this one, if you notice, this is
So, ito, recommended mo for newbie.
not for newbie.
for
This is
newbie.
for serious triathletes.
Okay.
This is what they
Kasi
use
Ironman
for
yun.
triathlon. Yeah. Okay. And probably this one, if you notice also, it's at 64,000. This is a good value bike already. It's made of carbon. It's not yet carbon fiber, but parang mid-range. So yung mga mid-range ganito. So if you like an entry-level bike, this would be it. So this would
This
range,
one?
yeah, this would range around 20,000 plus.
So, mga 20,000 is
Yeah,
for
it's
the
good
newbies.
already for the newbies. So while you're starting, while hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung gusto mo sa biking, you can start with this. And a mountain bike like this can be an all-rounder, meaning you can go anywhere already. You can do this for commuting, you can do this for
Mountains.
mountains.
May mga trail.
Yes, pwede na siya. It's a do-it-all bike already. Now, of course, there's some different level types of bikes, no? This is what you call a road bike. No?
Road bike.
Yes. That one is
Which means?
it's used for racing on the road,
Okay.
on flat. So if you notice, the tires are skinny. And then this one, this is the same what I've showed you a while ago. This is a time trial bike.
Okay.
So usually they use it to time trial or triathlon.
Triathlon.
That's the type of bike. And then I'll show you some bikes. This one is a full suspension bike. So pag halimbawa yung terrain is very technical already, big sabihin there's boulders, there's rocks, there's loose soil, no? This would be an ideal bike. It's called full suspension because it has suspension at the rear and then suspension at the back, at the front. Yeah. And
So,
then,
20,000, walang tig 10.
I think meron pag nag-sale. So ito, entry level, that's about 24,000.
Sa
no?
mga newbies.
Yes,
ganyan.
yes, for the
You
newbies.
have to budget mga
Yeah.
20,000. You want to get serious about this hobby.
So yun. So here are the gears also. So the saddles.
Speaking about the gears, is there a particular shoes that you
Yeah.
need to wear if you're cycling?
Yes, actually, specifically for a mountain bike, you need a shoe with a clit on it. This one. See, when you ride the bike, it locks on the pedal.
Pedal.
So there's a special pedal that is particularly specific to this type of shoes. So, yes.
And how much does that shoes cost?
On the average, it will cost you about 3,000 to 6,000. That's the average rate. For the higher end, that would be around 15,000.
Cannot be rubber shoes. Like
You
for
can.
running,
Actually,
for
you
the
still
end.
can. Yeah, you still
But
can.
you recommend this type?
Yes, better if, especially if you're serious we're really into biking.
And then I also noticed a lot of the bikers or cyclists, they especially sa mga may trail,
Yeah.
yung tumatayo, they
Ah, okay.
stand up, they like,
Yes.
part ba yun? Kailangan
Actually,
talaga,
yan yung, when you look at a full suspension bike, yung pinakita ko kanina, it's really designed for that particular discipline.
so kailangan talaga tumatayo.
Yes, because when, pag halimbawa, masyado ng technical
Yung
yung
hard
daan,
stuff
o
talaga
hard
eh.
stop na, you have to stand up to keep the bike in balance. But not all the time. Kasi minsan, pag medyo flat, you can sit down. But that's the point also of having a suspension so that when you ride the bike, it's very comfortable. So, yun. Especially when you talk about downhill, enduro, ito yung discipline na most of the time they use a full suspension bike. So, depende talaga kung anong type of ride yung gusto mong gawin.
And then sa mga, like, do you have any gears or gadgets that you need to
Yes.
take with you when you're
Yes.
cycling?
Me, personally, pinakauna is helmet.
Helmet.
In cycling kasi dapat safety talaga yung pinakauna. And then fitness, and then fun. In that particular order.
Okay.
So safety,
Safety,
fitness, and fun. Yeah, because of course
Fitness meaning you have to make sure that
you are healthy.
you won't get any heart attack.
Yes, meaning to say
You're healthy.
you get enough rest, you eat a balanced diet, and then you also exercise regularly. So yung type of exercise that you want to do is something that would be fit for your particular body type and your particular health.
May particular helmet ba for
Yeah.
cycling?
So, normally, this is our for mountain biking, specifically for trail, yung tinanong mo sa akin kanina. So, if you look at the design, the back is really covered for protection. So, in case the rider, falls off from the bike. And this one is specifically designed for aerodynamics, meaning they go faster and there's a lot of vents so that you would be very comfortable. So this one is designed for road, and you can also use this on mountain biking like cross country. So there's a time trial specific helmet like this one. No? I'll show you one. This is a specifically for time trial. Yeah, so normally you see that type of bike that they use this time trial bike.
Okay, so Vince, you mentioned earlier about the helmet. That's the first
Yes.
that we need. Are there any other gadgets or devices that are important to cyclists or bikers like you?
Normally, we also use a cyclocomputer. So the cyclocomputer is going to tell you the speed, the distance, the average gradient, no? Or tells you information that you would be needing when you're riding. But personally, I also use a phone. This one this is a Samsung, and then I download an app called Strava, wherein it gives you the map where you have ridden, how fast you have been, what's the average.
So, but this is internet dependent. I mean,
Not
the mobile
necessarily.
data.
A GPS.
So, a GPS.
So when you get home, you can upload it or you can download it, and then you
so
can also.
while you're on the
Yes,
road, on mo lang yun.
on mo lang yun. And this has also a community itself. So people follow each other on Strava. Yeah. And then personally, I use also this. This is a Xiaomi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smartwatch.
Smartwatch, no? It tells me about how deep my rest is. It tells me about my heart rate. It tells me about the time. So these are among the gadgets. Of course, other things like gloves, no? And then the shoes. So basically, and very essential also for a biker, you need to bring a pump and
What's
a patch
this?
kit.
Pump.
Yeah. So just in case you get puncture, you have a patch kit and then you have a pump. So you don't have to bring your bike somewhere else. You can repair it on your own. So usually we put it at the back pocket. So
dapat you have to know then talaga the details of the bike and how to
yes,
repair.
how to fix it. Yeah.
Hindi
Yeah.
lang yung magbabike ka lang o and
Tama.
then fun.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So that's how it is.
So that makes it more fun kasi you know nga how to
Yes. Plus,
you know the details, the
tama,
parts of
tama.
the bike.
And it lessen the worry of you know, when you ride and think about something else. Because normally, you know, what I like about cycling, Mikey, it's like life.
Okay.
To keep going, you have to keep pedaling. And there are times you have to go uphill that represents, you know, the challenges
Our
of life.
struggles,
Yes,
yes.
our struggle. But you know, as a human being, you just have to keep pedaling. In life, you just have to live it.
Move forward.
Move forward, one day at a time. And sometimes in our career, we also reach the peak of our career. So sometimes we enjoy the view at the top, you know.
Or sometimes if you're alone, it's also lonely when you're alone.
That's why it's
top.
very important to bring
have
somebody
the
with you.
community.
So when you have the community, you have your friends, you have your church mates. So it's really nice to bring people with you. And that's the good thing about biking. You can ride on your own. You can also ride with group of friends.
So is that how you manage the work-life balance?
Yes, actually, that's really true. When you talk about work-life balance, I think one of the key secrets when you are into cycling, since I told you a while ago that it starts early in the morning, so when you get home at around 8 a.m., you still get to do a lot of things. Plus, once you are used to this type of lifestyle, cycling really gives you so much energy for the day. And then you can do everything that you need to do for the day. And in the afternoon, usually around 8 o'clock, natutulog na kami. Ganon yung
Wow.
lifestyle namin.
Sana all.
Yes.
I think I need to
To get
ask
into
more questions. Yes,
Yes.
to learn more about
Mhm.
cycling.
Mhm.
I don't have a bike myself, but I'm already intending to.
Wow.
Kaya nga I ask nga ano ba yung most affordable.
Yeah, yeah.
na
You can start
bike
with
for
that.
newbie.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter what type of bike you're riding. The good thing about the cycling community, whenever we see each other in the road, we always greet each other, regardless of what type of bike you're riding. So that's that kind of spirit that we have in the cycling community. There's really camaraderie, there's unity. And you know what I like about cycling, Mikey? When we get ourselves into biking, the positions, the whatever positions you have in the company,
It won't matter.
it won't matter anymore. What matters is, you know, you are on the same level.
Equal.
Equal.
Everyone's
So
equal.
it really develops the relationship as well. No pretensions, because normally when a guy is into cycling, siyempre naiinitan ka, walang maarte sa cycling. Yun yung maganda sa cycling.
Pero di ba nagko-compare din kayo? Ano na yung nabili na parts na yan, mas mahal, gano'n. May mga gano'n.
Meron ding mga ganon, but it's really more about the love of cycling. Yeah. And you get to meet a lot of friends, new friends, that probably if you were not into cycling, hindi mo siguro mamimit sila.
Okay, so very informative discussion with Mr. Vince Santa Elena. And siguro last message for everyone who wants to get into this hobby or to try out this sport or become professional cyclists, your tips and your last message to them.
Well, just get into it. What I would like to tell you is just keep riding. It doesn't matter what type of bike you would like to ride, just keep riding. And find friends in the cycling community. There's a lot of wonderful people that you're going to meet in this community. And by the way, Mikey, lastly also, cycling is also my ministry. So this is where I catch big fishes who doesn't go to church or I haven't met in church, but I meet them on the street. So this is an opportunity to pray for brothers, to minister to them and to help them in times of need as well.
Very good. God bless you in this mission, Vince, and thank you so much for saying yes to this interview. I know you're also very busy, so hopefully we have another chance
Yes.
of
Hopefully
talking
we'll
to
ride
you.
together, Mikey.
Yes, okay. We look forward to
Yes,
that.
yes.
So, Aerofam, thank you very much for watching and see you in our next topic. So, stay tuned. Bye!